Hello and welcome again. Michael Griffiths here from the Business Connectors. Great to have you along with us on this great Friday afternoon. I'm with Lynda Dwyer today from Mind Global Power, and Lynda's going to share with us some exciting projects that she's got on the go, including helping be able to build schools in Uganda and what that's all about, and some events that are coming up which you might be able to help support. But before we get into any of that, Lynda, welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, what can I tell you? I'm a coach and a trainer in fact, one of the first master trainers now. I just got my certificates in NLP. So I train people in neuro-linguistic programming.
Good.
And I travel the country doing that. I do remote areas as well as cities, and I love it.
Fantastic. So I know NLP, I've trained in it, but for the majority of people, they're just three letters which mean very little. What does neuro-linguistic programming actually mean? Why is it so beneficial for people to actually understand it?
Well, neuro is the power of the mind and the brain. So it's one thing to understand neurons and dendrites and pathways from the brain's perspective, but in your mind, like the mind is in every part of your body. So we've got the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and I think Professor Snyder from Sydney Uni says we've only got 4% of consciousness and 96% of subconscious. So understanding that, understanding where your feelings are, understanding where your thoughts are, and understanding how that affects the body, and not only that, but how the body affects the mind is really powerful.
So true. So have you been doing that forever? What's your background?
No, my background's I've always been interested in the body and us generally. So it's about how we function. So I went into the fitness industry first and became a trainer in the fitness industry. I brought a lot of aqua fitness into Australia, and then I went over to nutrition, and I was getting really sick because I sort of burned the midnight oil, so to speak. I put myself through university degrees and all sorts of stuff, and contracted lupus, disease of the immune system. So I studied the body for 9 years so I could learn how to get better. So I did that, and then in that I met Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor is, I became his number one facilitator in personal development because I went, this is the missing link. We've got the activity, we've got the health, but I didn't have the mind stuff. So that I learned from Bob, and then I was looking for how do you take it one step further, and NLP was introduced to me.
Yeah, fantastic, great. So Mind Power Global, what does it do?
Well, as it says, I wanted to always take my business globally, so it was a great opportunity then to not only commit to Australia, but through my programs that are on my website that people can download for free, it goes all around the world. I get to speak in England, I'm speaking in the Philippines, like you just came back from, Singapore, Malaysia, so I've worked with people, and I just love it.
Brilliant. Yeah. Yep, lovely. So you get to share a passion of helping other people, teaching other people about how the mind works, and get to do it all over the world.
And it's called geography.
Great, lovely. So people can find those free downloads. It's just mindpowerglobal.com. .au. Fantastic. So mindpowerglobal.com.au, you can get those downloads and some of those free stuff from Lynda from that. Great. So you've got some other exciting projects that are taking place right now. I know of at least two of them, the schools in Uganda, as well as the Aboriginal remote projects that you're doing. Tell us a bit more about some of those.
Okay, well, it was actually through a coaching client that who was talking about going to Africa, and I had hitchhiked or travelled through Africa in the late 70s, and it was supposed to be a 3-month safari. It turned into be a 6-month safari because we broke down that often, which I loved. And I promised them I'd come back, and so here I am coaching a client who's going to Africa, and I went, oh, tell me about it. The next thing, I'm involved in the project, and we go to Africa on the 1st of June this year. They were wanting to support particular children to go into schools and have people sponsor those children. However, my friend and I, Alison and I, decided that we would go for a whole project, and we found this guy that's wanting to do this thing with the village. He'd been put there by the bishop and he was crying. He didn't know how he could help these people. It's such a poor area. And our hearts, you know what? You talk about body language, we didn't even speak. We just nodded.
Yeah.
and we both knew that this was our village. We were going to support this guy and all the stuff that he was doing.
Yeah, great. So the sorts of things that you already helped with while you were there was things such as building a chook pen and a pig pen and just simple things that I suppose we take for granted as
absolutely
normal food.
Yeah.
And as you're telling me, children having to walk 7 miles to get to school, and sometimes they're lucky if they return. To be able to just build classrooms and give people things which I suppose we take for absolute granted.
Look, absolutely. And he'd only been there 2 months. He didn't know what he could do for this village because he was making $35 a month in the plate, and he has to live on that. In Australia, it's very different. The priests get a particular subsidy and a credit card for their food. Over there, you have to take what comes in the plate. So $35 a month. It'd be interesting to see how many people could live on that.
Probably not many. No, true. And the remote Aboriginal project, tell us a bit more about that.
Okay, so when I came back, I was then offered an opportunity through a lady up in Queensland who it's a government initiative, and it's to help our remote children find school a little bit more exciting than they have up till now. So they were looking for some NLP, which I'm really happy about, people who deliver that sort of language, etc., to be able to train some of the Aboriginal people and the community members to be able to go and talk to the children and allow them to come in and find school a little bit more exciting. So that's just about to start. We've been writing curriculum, we've been doing all sorts of wonderful stuff, and the people behind the scenes, this is a big thing. We're talking 128, I think, teachers. And so very excited because a lot of my graduates are involved.
Fantastic, great. So ways that the small business community here in Australia can actually help you with these projects. You've got some fundraising / networking events coming up. How can businesses help? How can they get involved? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, before we even met this Father Stephen, he was actually sponsored to come out here to Australia. And in the last village, he built a bakery, and that maintains self-sufficiency for that village. So we thought, we don't want to dump money on this guy and then run. We want to be able to give him the opportunity to become self-sustaining. So we decided to set up 3 great networking functions, and we've put a lot of effort in. They're going to be huge fun, from African drumming right through to singing, our lunches or cocktail parties. But on the 13th of September, we have a Pamper You Day. So men and women, you can go and get pampered all day. For $50 and get 3 different things, like your face done, your nails done, whatever. They're all donating their services. They're professional women in that field, and that money goes to him. On the 26th of October, we have a lunch down in the Camden Valley Inn for all you people in the southwest, or not. It's only a couple of hours drive or an hour's drive from Sydney. And have a lovely lunch and win some amazing prizes. We've been very blessed with prizes. Great networking opportunity. That money also goes to him. And he will be there. He will be at these functions. So people can see it's real. This isn't, like a charity on paper. And then on the 2nd of October, we've got a cocktail party up in the Northern Beaches at Warriewood. And that's going to be a brilliant networking opportunity. And again, he's going to be there because he leaves on the 5th of October to go back to Uganda.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, fantastic. So again, people can find out. It's the 13th of September. I think you mean the 26th of September.
26th
Yep,
of September.
and the 2nd of October.
Yes.
And you can find out about those events again from your site.
Yes, if you go onto Mind Power Global, there's a big blog there for the Uganda School Support.
Yep, fantastic. And what we'll do also is we'll get the PDF flyer and we'll put that as a link here too, so that people can just click straight onto that, and they've got the ability to find out about those events. So really, I suppose here's a great chance for you not only to meet other great people, to be able to expand your own network, but obviously everything's going to a great cause also, and you're helping, I suppose, our business community to be able to do some good out there within other communities at the same time. So that's fantastic. So last thing that we always get people to do who are part of our Business Connector show, you're very much the networking queen. Your Success Women's Network that you're a part of, you're telling me this morning that you were at an event, then you're at an event at lunchtime, you're always everywhere. Someone who's just starting off in networking, what's one tip that you could give them in terms of how to be able to network properly?
When you go to the networking event, forget about you, because it's not about you, it's about the people you're going to meet. And see if you can just connect with one or two people, take their business cards, and then follow up. So it's about follow up, having fun. I met a brilliant guy yesterday, and by the end of the conversation, and I took 2 business cards away from that event, but you know what? He asked could he sponsor one of our events, and I went, wow.
Yep.
You know, I didn't go with that in mind. I went to meet people and just share what I was doing.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Great advice. Once again, thank you very much for joining us at the Business Connectors, streaming live at Village TV, and also then being able to see those replays throughout the week. Love you to be able to forward this on to anyone else that you think would love to be able to see this particular episode, and look forward to seeing you next time at Business Connectors. Take care.